Christmas. We've made it this far through the year, through a very trying and difficult year. But we're here, which is always a plus. So, as we take stock of the year that's gone and plan the year that's coming, we have to remember all the more diligently that we're here now. Everything that's gone is gone, it's past. Can't change it, can't do anything about it, good or bad. The year coming is still just a plan, it's just speculation, and to remind ourselves that balancing the plan we have, the memories we've made, and living in the present is a little juggling act, and we need to do that, be aware of doing that, and be aware of the need to do that. It helps us to stay in this moment if we balance past, present, and future as being part of the same stream. All that said, living in the now, sometimes I think it's more like living in the now what? Now what? I'm living in the now. Doesn't make us any different, doesn't make us special. It makes us more aware of who we are as ourselves, which allows us to grow into more complete versions of ourselves. That's pretty much what living in the now is about. Being true to yourself, being true to who you are, seeing life more clearly, slowing down enough to examine yourself, to examine your life, and to examine your purpose for living. And hopefully discovering that the purpose isn't accumulation, it's connection. Connection's the big one. There's no point in me being aware if I'm aware in isolation. I have to be aware of my connection. That's my connection to other humans, that's my connection to the environment around me. I am part of the environment. If I meet you, I'm part of your environment, you're part of my environment. My connection to the universe at large, if you will, my connection to the divine. This is what we look for. This is what we strive to live in the now to find. Living in the now. Just living in the moment. Just being very aware of myself in the moment. Now, as a martial artist, I spent a great many years being hyper vigilant, thinking that that was living in the moment, always wondering if a situation posed a threat. Until I had a conversation with a friend of mine one night and he thought I'd changed a bit. I said, yeah, I think I realized somewhere along the way, I'm not that special. Nobody's out to get me. And that's when I started to realize that my hypervigilance wasn't the right translation of what Bushido and Budo was supposed to be. It was supposed to be awareness, not vigilance. And the awareness is simply the awareness of your environment and yourself. If you are fully aware of your environment and fully aware of yourself, nothing could sneak up on you because it's part of your environment. It's not something that is possible to do 24/7. Not all the time. You can get caught off guard, which is why some of the best scares you're ever going to get are those ones that catch you off guard. And that's when you learn to return to the present moment with a bang, as somebody scares the bejesus out of you. I think that at this time of year, it's a good idea to reaffirm to yourself the need to pause and to reaffirm that I am here. I am aware of my surroundings. I am aware of myself. And to do that often during your day. It's not a constant state that you're going to be in, because at this time of year, There's a lot to distract us. But it is something that we can work on. And it's something that we can resolve to continue into the new year. If you're going to make a resolution, it's as valid to make it now as it is to make it on the 1st of January. It's as valid to make it on the 17th of April as it is on the 1st of January. Whenever you decide to make a change, to slow down, to look at your life and examine it and decide what it is you actually want from life, that's when you start to become your own mystic, your own guru. The important part is to examine your life. Make the changes that are necessary, if they're necessary, and carry on from there. When you do, on the other hand, run a risk. That's a risk I fell foul of. It's a risk I think a lot of people fall foul of because they don't realize the danger inherent in waking up. The danger inherent in waking up is that you start to notice that everybody else is asleep. And if people are asleep in their own little cocoon, their own little bubble, 2 words we know oh so well this year, the danger is that you'll think you're better than them. You'll think you're superior to them because, well, you see what they don't. You're not. You're not better than them. You see more clearly, which gives you a responsibility. Gives you a responsibility to behave in a way and to act in a way that points other people in the same direction. Or helps other people see that however this person is living, it's a really positive way to live. I think I might take some leaves out of their book. Maybe that's a better way of looking at it. If, because you wake up, you suddenly find yourself surrounded by people who aren't, you find yourself thinking that you're incompatible with them now because you're awake, they're asleep. You see the world differently, more clearly than they do. The thing to tell yourself is they didn't change. They're the same person they were before you woke up. They have no responsibility to change. You changed, so the responsibility is yours. The responsibility to treat them exactly the same as you had beforehand. Speak to them exactly the same. Simply live your life by your new set of clearer ideals. And maybe they'll come along, but maybe they won't. And if they don't, that's nothing to do with you or them. That's just where they are and where you are. It's a humiliating? No. It's an exercise in humility. Why is that word difficult to say? Maybe there's something Freudian in that. Maybe I have a difficulty with humility. Sometimes. Because we all have difficulties. If we didn't, we'd all be perfect. And I am not perfect. You are not perfect. No one is. We don't look for perfection. We strive for excellence. Excellence in what we do leaves room for better all the time. But excellence is what we look for, no matter what we're doing. So pursue that excellence patiently, with perseverance and humility. Carry with you some compassion, some empathy, some kindness. And walk into 2021 carrying some love. And if you do, 2021 will probably work out better than if you don't. Take care.